has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about making the stop?
Chandler Catanzaro lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
Makes the score
extra point good by
7,
Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now back out comes the offense. And one thing we haven't pointed out yet, probably should, you got a dome team on the road, January, cold weather. How tough is that, or is that something that really shouldn't come into play?
Well, it shouldn't come into play, but let's face it, if you've been a dome team all year and used to a controlled environment, you need to get yourself outside a little bit for practice during the week. And that's what most of these teams do, because just because they play in a dome doesn't mean they don't have bad weather outside to work in. So they can do that, get their guys acclimated, and then that way, it takes it all away when you get to game day in a foreign place.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
It's a gain of 10.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Murray, you don't want nothing, get some. There to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And that is incomplete.
Murray.
Andy Isabella was the intended target. Third down here.
Isabella.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now from Murray. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Man, why are we doing this?
Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Jones, the ball carrier.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
On the carry.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Jones. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
He's coming, double up.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Tyler Lockett was the target there. Incomplete. And now it's second down.
It's second down.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Throwing again here, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So we come upon halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to be
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker,
Wilson's
Jordan
pass.
Hicks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First and 10.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Second and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And a
Well, that was a
Cardinal
unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Tighten up. Check. Switch. Hey, alert 3.
The give is to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Aaron
Making the
Jones
stop
on the
that
carry.
time, Bobby Wagner.
He was brought down
And that's
at the
exactly what you
13-yard
want on
line.
a first down run. Pick up
A
5
gain of
yards,
5
bring up
brings
second
up
and 5.
second and
The defensive
5.
line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And that didn't fool
Aaron
anybody.
Jones,
He's
the
going to be
ball
dropped in
carrier.
the backfield.
Jaron
He
Reed
lost
on the
4
tackle.
there, and it's third down.
Taken down back at
When a
the
draw
18-yard
works,
line.
it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up.
Henry
Taken down
Anderson.
back at the 25.
Kyler
Blowing that
Murray
play up was
sacked.
Henry Anderson.
A loss of 8
Great
yards.
job defensively.
And
I
it's
think he was
fourth
trying to go
down.
through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Know where to go with the football.
Good.
That led to the sack.
The score remains tied.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought
And that's
down.
good. For a
16 yards
Seahawks.
right off the bat and a first down.
First
So
and 10
one play,
at
and
the
they're already
48-yard
just shy
line.
of midfield.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Stocker's got it, complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second
That
and
first down
7.
completion
At
only
the
netted him
49-yard
3.
line.
Second and 7. He'll be taken down at the
Chris
48
Carson,
for a
the ball
pickup of
carrier.
2 yards.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up third and 6.
On third down, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Metcalf. That's good.
Well, that
for a
certainly has to feel
Seattle
good. It's not
Seahawks.
all the time that the play caller should get all the
First
credit.
and 10 at the
Sometimes I think in the
25-yard
huddle, the
line.
quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result
Wilson's
there,
pass
nice first down.
intended
Drive
for
keeps
DK
moving.
Metcalf.
And nearly
Incomplete.
picked off.
Coverage by
Surprising to see a
Keanu
defender
Neal.
of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone
Wilson's
just
pass.
inside the 20.
Complete to
That'll
Will
leave him with a
Dissly.
3rd and 2 coming
That's
up.
a
They
gain
got
of
8 yards there.
Brings up third
An ex-teammate
and
used to
2.
tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of
First
scrimmage,
down and 10
knew where the
yards to
pressure was
go.
going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, Wilson. He's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards
Wilson's
on
pass.
first down.
Complete to DK Metcalf.
That last catch short of the
It's a
marker
gain
by
of
just
9.
a yard. Leaves
Brings
him with
up
a very
second
manageable
and a
second and
yard
1.
At the 1-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the
Will
Seahawk
Dissly.
touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the
Chandler
Seahawks
Catanzaro
have
lining
taken
up
the
for the extra
lead.
point.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a
The kick
luxury,
is
and it
good.
pays off big time,
Makes the
especially when the
score
defense
Seahawks
sells out against the
14.
run. They find themselves
Cardinals
open
7.
for an easy touchdown.
1 quarter remains in this NFC
Michael
wild card
Dixon, the
matchup.
kickoff for
We'll return
Seattle.
with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the
The Cardinals
26-yard
take
line.
over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus.
Murray's pass.
Yet still find the fun in
Complete
it.
to
How
Aaron
great is this,
Jones.
guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call them the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. From the gun, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Murray's pass.
Normally you think the tight
Intended
end's going to
for
be able to
Jared
catch the
Cook.
football and handle that
Incomplete.
contact, but in this case,
Shaquille
maybe a
Griffin
little too
there
much target to
defensively.
hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's caught by Parker. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Complete to Devontae
Facing
Parker.
a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards
18
and the
on the
first
play.
down conversion.
First down,
The drive
Arizona.
continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. They'll be brought down at the 21 after 4. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Jones again the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, once more,
A gain of
strong
9
running,
yards.
excellent blocking at the
First
point of
down,
attack.
Cardinals.
They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Jones on the carry.
Just a yard on the
He was
first down
taken
carry,
down
so
by
it's
Bobby
2nd and 9.
Wagner. A gain
Here's
of a
2nd
yard.
and 9, just a
Brings up
yard on that
2nd
last
and
run.
9 at the Seahawks 12-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw, escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown,
Murray's
Cardinals.
pass complete to
Andy
Andy
Isabella. There to
Touchdown,
make the grab.
Arizona.
And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense,
The
tough to
kicker
find
on
the little
for the
guys,
extra
right?
point.
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to
The
find a
kick
way to
is
get
good.
open.
Well, tall, short, wide,
That
skinny,
ties the
whatever.
game
There
at
it results
14.
in a touchdown. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. He's got it. This is where. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
He's forced out of bounds
Had
behind
the completed
line of
pass,
scrimmage.
but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. He's going to be
Wilson's
dropped
pass
following a pickup of
complete
7
to
past the
Carson.
30 to the 32.
That's
They
a
get
gain of
7 out of
7.
that, so they're
Brings
left with
up
a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Chris Carson. That's good for a
But they've certainly
Seattle
been successful
Seahawks.
throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them
First
to move
and
the
10
ball
at
on
the
offense. But I'm
38-yard
trying to tell
line.
you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Complete to number 18.
They'll contain him to just 4.
4 yards
2nd
on the
down.
pickup.
Getting down to the
Second
good
and
stuff.
6.
All tied
At
with
the
2 minutes
42-yard
remaining
line.
on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now a throw left sideline here is complete.
Wilson's
That one good for the
pass.
completion
Complete
percentage,
to
but no
Tyler
gain.
Lockett.
It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the
That's
49.
good for a Seattle
It
Seahawks.
goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson.
Wilson's pass.
And a 6-yard gain
Complete
gets him
to
right
Chris
around
Carson.
the 43. Throwing now is Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson.
That's
And the stop
another
here will come at the 38-yard line.
First
So
and
here's a
10
first
at
and
the
10 at
38-yard
the
line.
38. Carson leaves this one with Penny. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Mike, come off the ball hard. Double tight. Three down. Check 48's the Mike.
Now it's Carson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the
Carson
21 to the 19. The
Byron
Cardinals going to
Murphy
use
on
the
the
first
tackle.
of their timeouts
2 yards
as they
on
get
the
it with
pickup.
16 seconds
It's second
remaining
and
on the
8
clock.
At the
All right, my man,
19-yard
this is
line.
now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage,
Wilson
they do
with the
pop one,
handoff to
it's going to
Chris
go
Carson.
Yeah, I
all
was
the
going to
way.
say could take it to the house, but
tackle
the
made at
magnitude
the
of this
12-yard
possible
line.
upcoming field goal,
It's
every
a
yard
gain of
counts.
7.
So
Brings
now
up
one of the
third
biggest kicks of the
and
night
1.
is forthcoming. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
14.
So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line,
Michael
and he puts
Dixon
it
to kick
home
off for
to likely
Seattle.
get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for
The
all
Cardinals
season
take
long.
over
And
first
this
and
one
10
was never in
at
doubt.
their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Here we go. 54's Mike. 54. Check.
Murray, one final try.
They're running it.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
17.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer.